A very good morning and welcome back to another vlog here on Theme Park Worldwide, where today I'm here at Chessington World of Adventures Resort to come back on some of my favourite rides and check out the operations here at the park. Now, park hours today are 10 until 4. It's just gone 10 o'clock, the park's opened up, and I've just had my security check and temperature check as well. Now, when we came for the zoo days a couple of weeks ago, the temperature check was actually done as we was driving into the car park. Today that's completely changed. It's now, once you've parked up, you make your way down to the entrance here, you have your temperature checked and then have your bag checked before coming in here to the entrance plaza. Of course, much like many theme parks out there at the moment, it is pre-book only. I've got a Merlin annual pass, so I've reserved my space inside the park today for just £1. But in terms of crowd level, seems like quite a lot of people are coming in, so I am surprised that it's closing at 4 o'clock today actually. Thought it might have been a 5, and if I hadn't checked the website I'd have just assumed actually that it would have been a 5, but from looking at it, it seems like they're going to be doing quite a few 4 o'clock closes in the coming weeks, so I'm not too sure why. I mean, we are in July now, especially when the other parks are open until 5 o'clock, but I'm sure there is some logical reason behind it, and I'm sure we may find out at some point. But yeah, really efficient entrance procedures, and there was a little bit of a queue, took maybe 5 minutes to get through about 50 people, so I don't think that's too bad at all. Plenty of staff checking bags, plenty of staff doing the temperature checks, and then of course we'll make our way in through the turnstile. So welcome back to Chessington World of Adventures. Can't wait to get back on some of my favourite rides. I'm looking forward to Vampire, Dragon's Fury. Along with that as well, we'll have a look round, try and go on some of the dark rides, see if they're open, and just give you a general update to see how Chessington are dealing with everything going on at the moment, of course, with COVID-19. Down here at the entrance, you've got the paw prints that you can see just down here on the floor. There you go, there, the social distancing markers as we make our way towards the turnstiles. But welcome to today's vlog here on Theme Park Worldwide from Chessington. Let's get on some rides. Nice and easy then at the turnstiles to get into the park. Just show my annual pass and also the pre-book ticket as well, because obviously I'm an annual pass holder. You do need to pay £1 to reserve your spot still at the moment. But anyway, yeah, 65-minute wait for Dragon's Fury that I saw then when I walked past. Definitely have a ride on it, but I'll probably check that out later. Gonna head down towards Vampire first. In terms of social distancing markers, plenty around up there at the entrance area, and for what I've seen around that part of the park so far. And also as well, loads and loads of hand sanitizer stations. But I'm gonna head down this way into the wild woods and down towards Vampire. Let's go and see what the queue's like for this. If Dragon Fury is 65, I reckon we might be seeing this a little bit longer, but let's go and find out. So down here at Vampire's entrance, we've got an advertised wait time of 70 minutes. So advertising 5 minutes longer than it was for Dragon's Fury. So we'll make our way down into the queue line and let's see just how long this takes. Of course, with social distancing between groups on roller coasters, regular cleaning in place, and as we can see there by the train making its way around the track, they are missing a row in between all the different riders. So let's see what happens with this one. I'm looking forward to getting on it. I mean, the queue's back to this point. You got to bear in mind, everyone's spread because of the social distancing markers. So let's see how long it takes. Vampire. Right then, so I've waited just over an hour to get to this point so far. We've gone past the merge point and headed into the station now, so I don't think they'll be letting too many people inside just here. So yeah, I'd say the advertised queue time is probably correct, so let's head inside. Absolutely love all the additions, what they've done for this year though on Vampire. Of course, we experienced this earlier this year when we came down to Chessington back on the annual pass days, but of course it's great to get back on Vampire, and I can't wait to step back inside this station again. It's got such a fantastic atmosphere in here with the soundtrack, and of course with all the different soundtrack playing all throughout the queue line as well, it really just builds up that atmosphere now, waiting for you to ride. Yeah, as expected, they've kept it really limited in here. Nobody waiting in the air gates. We'll be straight down and onto the ride when it's our turn to go on. Plenty of social distancing markers in the queue line. You heard the announcement that played as well about the regular cleaning every 30 minutes. And yeah, everyone seemed to be following it in the queue line. It was good. I was quite impressed. Also, plenty of signage up around there as well. Yeah, I think Chessington have done a good job from what I've seen there so far. But anyway, time to ride on Vampire, and I'll see you when I come off the ride. Here we go. It was great to get back on Vampire here at Chessington, and as advertised, the queue was about 70 minutes, and that actually included 3 different cleans of the ride itself. Now, of course, you also saw a little clip there of them actually spraying the train as well. That was certainly interesting to see. I've not actually seen that at any of the other parks I've been to. They were just wiping down the restraints and the trains, whereas with here, they were actually spraying it. So it'd be interesting to see if that's the case on some of the other rides. Something what they really could have benefited with was a bay loader inside the station. Basically, someone who just decides on which road they're going to. Unfortunately, the person who was actually checking the harnesses was also the bay loader, which meant that social distancing inside the actual station itself on that ramp leading down wasn't fantastic. However, you know, they really need a bay loader just on there. I felt a bit sorry for the staff because they were all doing the best they could in there. You know, they were doing fantastic with spraying down the train, checking the harnesses, and ensuring the social distancing. So they've got 3 big things to do, and yeah, it could definitely have done with somebody just to help load the bays, especially because it's not filling every row and the missing one. You know, she was having to shout over, and yeah, it was a lot that was going on for them, but they're definitely trying the best in there, and it was great to get back on it. So far, you know, it was advertised that queue line time of 70 minutes, and in general, how long that took, you know, I thought it was good really what they were doing with the cleaning of the trains, and yeah, I'm quite impressed with what I've seen so far at Chessington. It's the new normal. It's very different to see, isn't it? But you know, so far this is my 4th park I've been to now in 4 days. It's nice to go round and just see all these different changes, and of course share them with you guys as well. Anyway, I'm going to get a little bit of food. I'm going to go to the fish and chip shop round this corner, and then yeah, we'll carry on, do some more rides and look around Chessington. I tell you what though, the day's going to go really, really quick today. It's nearly lunchtime and the park's closing at 4 o'clock. So in terms of getting loads done here today, don't think I'm going to get loads done, but I'll definitely walk around as much of the park as possible and give you some updates from what we can see off-ride as well. so unfortunately the fish and chip shop is closed. I mean, when I was on Vampire, looked down at the seating and there was loads of people sat there. So I thought, oh, you know, I'm going to be able to have fish and chips. They're all eating it. But yeah, they must have been having other stuff and just sat on them seats because it's definitely closed. In terms of other food options though, just had a little walk round Adventure Point. You got the hot dogs open, that's what I've just had. Along with that, pizza and pasta's doing like a takeaway service, similar to what they're doing at Alton Towers. You got the chicken restaurant open just around the corner here next to Tomb Blaster. So there's quite a few food options, but I must say they're all very busy. Waited about 15 minutes just for a hot dog. In terms of crowd levels today, kind of feel like, compared to the other parks that have done, that they've actually let a few too many people in here. I thought that Alton Towers, Blackpool Pleasure Beach and Thorpe Park just had it right, whereas with Chessington, kind of feels like they've let a few too many people in for what they've got open in terms of the capacity of the park. I mean, just looking at the new Rainforest themed area now, this is the first time I've actually seen this in operation. We walked through it when we came for the zoo days a couple of weeks back, but obviously the rides weren't open. The river raft ride's got quite a big queue. They're actually using the extended queue line and there's no social distancing markers down there either. Of course, you can see that just behind me here. So yeah, that's quite interesting to see. And I'm going to have a little walk through the area now and see what the situation is with the other rides inside the new themed area for this year, which is the Rainforest. Not too much of an issue over here at Treetop Hoppers. In fact, you've got the one on the right hand side that's running completely empty and there's only one party on there, so not too much of an issue with that one. Then of course we make our way around towards Jungle Rangers. This was a brand new ride for this year. A lot of people thought it was just going to be a re-theme of Toadies, the old vintage cars, but no, it's a brand new ride system they've put in, complete new track, and of course the actual vehicles as well. Yeah, Jungle Rangers. You got all the new updated cue boards here as well. I mean, you can see the all the animation on these, talking about masks and social distancing. These are really good. I'm a big fan of all the animation and what they can do on these new cue boards. Of course, it does mean though that now, of course, they're putting other things on there, so it doesn't directly say how long the queue time is straight away. You just have to wait for it to roll round. Is it going to be the next one? It's going to give us a queue time? Please clean your paws. There we go, 25 minutes for Jungle Rangers. But yeah, you know, in terms of social distancing markers around the rest of the area, it seems all right. Right then, so I've made my way over to Rattlesnake now to give you all a bit of an update on the social distancing measures and also the loading procedures here on this ride. With Rattlesnake, advertised a 30-minute wait. I'm not going to go and join the queue at the moment, but as we can see from an off-ride perspective, with there only actually being 4 seats per train on this one, it's one group per train on Rattlesnake. So of course, if you're on your own, you're going to be on this on your own on the whole train. So of course that is going to hold it up for other people. So I'm not going to go on, you know, I've been on it many times, just wanted to come and give you a bit of an update as to what's going on. But yeah, good to see it in action, of course. I do like Rattlesnake. It was one of my first coasters I went on actually as a kid. But yeah, it's advertised 30 minutes. And what I can see looking down there, it does seem like it probably is a 30-minute wait. Of course, if you're in a group of 3 or 4, it's ideal, you know, because you're still going to fill a train up, you know, to nearly the capacity or the full capacity of that train. But yeah, just a bit of an update for Rattlesnake for you all there. Whilst we're around this area of the park, I think we'll carry on down this way. We're going to have a little look down by Scorpion Express, if I don't get taken out by this tree.
Well, long time no see, adventurers, and welcome back. Now, you can sit right there to me after this hunk of iron to a full stop. You can head out of here on your right-hand side.
So as you saw there from the off-ride footage of Scorpion Express, they're just missing a row in between parties. That's the same procedure as what they're doing on the Mack Rides powered coaster at Alton Towers. Of course, the Runaway Mine Train, that's exactly what they're doing on there too, missing a row in between parties. Not too sure on what the queue time was because the screen wasn't working. I don't know if that's one of the updated ones actually down there for this year or not. Looks like one of the older ones. But just thought I'd show you on the pathway down here towards Zufari. They are running it as a one-way operation. You can see they've got the signage and also the arrows on the floor as well. There's quite a crowd waiting down here. It's closed at the moment, so this makes me think that it's about to open up. Maybe it's been shut this morning and it's opening up this afternoon. So yeah, there's quite a crowd around here waiting to go on. So if I can get in there, might have a little ride on Zufari, we'll see. Here we go then. So it's time to ride Zufari. Here's a little look at the social distancing measures. I mean, you've got loads of empty seats all around the side here. Of course, you've got each party has a row of itself, and there's a row left in front or behind you as well. So it does mean that there's a significantly reduced capacity, as expected, really.
Giraffes! Wow!
To use their scientific name.
Nice and close up to the giraffes there today.
They look like a cross between a camel and a leopard.
Put the two together and you get camelopardamus.
Now, look closely, everyone.
Absolutely beautiful animals. Look at that. Stunning. Really close to the truck today as well.
Population has dropped by 40% in the past 30 years due to poaching and habitat.
Hello.
Chessington Conservation Fund supports giraffe conservation by funding scientific research, field surveys, and improving security of reserves.
We think giraffes are some of the most amazing creatures on the planet.
They can live up to 25 years in the wild and can grow as tall as 6 meters. That's 18 feet.
That's as tall as a house.
Yes, and their long legs help them run at speeds of up to 35 miles per hour.
Wow! That's as fast as a truck.
Their long legs enable them to reach the top of the tree for their favourite snack, leaves.
They also sleep for no more than 5 minutes at a time.
That's because
They're just wonderful.
Which is why it's vital we continue our efforts to preserve this magnificent species.
Oh my god!
And is highly prized in many cultures. Sadly, poaching for them.
Look at the rhino just over there here on Zufari.
White rhinos, like those here, are the most plentiful species. Researchers, our satellites are showing that something is obstructing the route. I repeat, there is something obstructing the route.
It looks like there's an abandoned vehicle ahead, and there's no sign of a research team it belongs to. They recommend that you find an alternative route.
But don't go too far off the track.
Well, I tell you what, I wasn't expecting that. I'm loving the new finale there on Zufari with all the lighting effects and audio. Of course, the waterfalls are all fixed. It looked really, really good. When we went in and the door closed behind, I thought, this is it. They've actually done something with the finale again. And it was fantastic. I'd say that actually lasted longer than it used to when the ride was originally put in. Fantastic job by Chessington. That's really refreshed the attraction, along with the new audio and other things what they've put in for this year. I think they've done a great job. Zufari is looking really, really fresh now. In terms of the ride, I managed to get on it really quick because obviously I walked around the corner and they were just about to open. So there was a few people waiting there, just waiting at the side, and then of course managed to get into the queue line. So I was on one of the first vehicles that went out of the day there on Zufari. So yeah, I managed to get on it in maybe 5-10 minutes. Not too bad at all really, can't complain. Anyway, talking of things looking fresh here at Chessington, we've already been on it this year, but I'm going on it again and I'll take you along for the ride. It is of course Toon Blaster. It's had new audio, lighting effects, and it's been completely reprogrammed for this year, and it's in a much better condition than what it was previously. So come and join me, 15-minute wait advertised. Let's go on Toon Blaster here at Chessington.
True, the Argent priest has been disturbed.
Excellent, toen we het zou in de wagen, toen is eigenlijk geen kwartier.
Absolutely love the changes what they've made to Toon Blaster for this year. It just tells that story as you're going throughout the ride now, with the additional lighting and sound effects. All the effects are working as they should be there as well. That was great to see. I didn't actually use the guns on there to shoot anything. I just like looking at the theme and effects, and even more so now after the refurbishment. It doesn't even need the interactive side of it on there for me. I just like to enjoy the experience throughout the ride. But yeah, everything was working, even the boulder effect towards the start. That was quite unreliable a few years ago, but since the refurbishment, seems like they've kept that up. So good to see. Hopefully it stays like that for a while now. So really impressed with Zufari. Then to go on Toon Blaster again, and yeah, everything, you know, they are putting some really good investments in and changes here at Chessington. Yes, they need some more big high capacity attractions, and they are in, you know, they need a third large family roller coaster really at this park to soak up some more of the crowds. But what they have done with what they've got is really good. And yeah, like I said with Toon Blaster, the overall experience on there now so much better than it was before. In terms of the social distancing, you may have seen in the footage, but obviously it was quite dark with it being indoors. But yeah, they were actually leaving a full vehicle in between different parties. So I had one to myself, and then there was one in front and one behind that were left empty. Didn't really matter too much though, because it was walk on. Advertised 15 minutes, and I didn't wait at all. So anyway, gonna make my way up now into Land of the Tiger. Let's go and have a little walk round here and see what's going on in terms of the social distancing and also changes. Of course, Tiger Rock's open down here as well. So let's walk down this way and go and have a bit of a look round Land of the Tiger. Off-ride footage there from Tiger Rock. Currently advertised a 30-minute wait to experience the park's log flume. Not too bad really. I don't think I'm going to go on though. I'm going to carry on walking around this way towards Wild Asia. Not actually got that long left this afternoon, less than a couple of hours now. Honestly, the day's gone so quick today. I still feel like they've let a few too many inside the park really, especially the fact that some of the rides didn't open until 1 o'clock. Not actually just Safari, it was also the same for Tiger Rock, and I believe also round in Wild Asia, Cobra also didn't open until 1 o'clock. So really they could have done with being open from 10, or they should have let less people into the park really. But we'll head round now into Wild Asia. We're going to have a look at what's going on around here, including Cobra of course. Unfortunately, not a lot of action with Cobra at the moment. It's temporarily unavailable. It's closed over there on the board, which is a shame. I was talking to a couple of fans of the channel earlier who did get on it today, so it must have opened up at 1 o'clock and then closed again. But yeah, it's closed at the moment. I don't see it really opening for the last 90 minutes of the day. I was looking forward to sort of seeing the loading procedure on that. Of course, with it being a Zamperla disco, you've got the actual disc itself that's got seats all next to each other. So I was interested to see what they were going to do with in terms of loading on that. And also see the cleaning procedures and stuff, because obviously you have quite a lot around you, don't you, to hold you in terms of the restraint on that. But still it's closed. I mean, these things happen, don't they? Technical issues happen no matter what at these theme parks. It's to be expected. But yeah, not a lot to see really over at Cobra. I'll put in a bit of footage of Monkey Swinger though. I've just noticed they've actually got some red tape wrapped around some of the seats just to block them off, of course to enable social distancing. So we'll have a look at this in action and see if they've still got the water effects on as well. So no water effects turned on over on Monkey Swinger. Understandable really, I was kind of expecting that. And social distancing really good on there it seems, and also in the queue line from what I've seen just. Over here at Tuk Tuk Turmoil now, which is the Dodgems. These are open. As you can see, they've took quite a few cars off. In fact, they've got them all parked around the side there by the queue line. But it is open. Quite interesting to see how the Dodgems are open here and also at Thorpe Park as well yesterday. Whereas at Blackpool Pleasure Beach, they've kept the Dodgems everyone's closed there. So it's interesting to see what all these parks are doing in terms of social distancing and just seeing their operation. But yeah, Tuk Tuk Turmoil is open here in Wild Asia at Chessington. So just thought I'd share with you all a bit of a pirate ship update here at Chessington World of Adventures. Of course, we know they're getting a brand new pirate ship at some point in the future. Originally supposed to be for this year, however, can't see it opening until 2021 now, to be honest. Even though the foundations are in place down there, the operator's cabin still in the same place as when it was Black Buccaneer. But from here we can zoom in down to the bottom, just the other side of the cannon, get a bit of a different look there at the footers. The support structure will of course attach to that for the new pirate ship, the Blue Barnacle. They'll be opening at some point here in the future. But yeah, that's your pirate ship update for today. I know it's only been a couple of weeks since we gave you an update when we was down here for the zoo days, but there you go, still no pirate ship at the moment. I can see it being 2021 though now, realistically, for that one. Time to head back down into the wild woods then now for a ride on the Gruffalo River Ride Adventure. When I came off Vampire this morning, the queue was really big. It was all the way up here, but it looks a lot quieter now. I think because them other rides that were on a staggered opening have opened up now. It just means that guests are a lot more flowed throughout the park. It just means now some of the other queues aren't as bad. So advertised 30 minutes for the Gruffalo. Let's go and have a ride. After about 25 minutes, made it into the station for the Gruffalo River Ride Adventure. So I'd say the advertised queue time is accurate for this one. In that period of time, it's also gone down for its cleaning. Of course, that happens every 30 minutes. There is plenty of social distancing markers all throughout the queue line. Unfortunately, not a lot of people were following those outside. Seems a lot better in here because they're only limiting the amount of people that are coming in. But yeah, unfortunately, in the outdoor section of the queue line, there wasn't much social distancing happening at all, sadly. It could do with some more perspex up, in my opinion. Of course, here we are in the station. Looks like they're leaving a boat in between parties, unless they just missed getting in that one. I'm not too sure. We'll find out when we get on. Oh no, they're putting them in that one. Yeah, they must have just missed getting on that one. But yeah, we'll get on board the Gruffalo River Ride Adventure here at Chessington. Yeah, so they are actually leaving a boat in between people. I thought that they would do, but the two boats that we saw where there was people next to each other, they must have been from the same party, but obviously they couldn't all fit in one boat. But here we go, let's go on board the Gruffalo River Ride Adventure. Of course, the ride starts off with a little drop here at the start, and we enter into this storybook and enjoy the ride. Some beautiful theming on here and the soundtrack. Great family attraction, really nice dark ride, and in my opinion it was a solid replacement for Bubbleworks.
No such thing as a Gruffalo.
Gruffalo. Here we go. Hey. On this ride and going under these fountains with a mask on. 2020, everybody. Oh, got soaked. An awesome ride there on the Gruffalo River Ride Adventure, and yeah, it was about a 30-minute wait as advertised, really. Fantastic dark ride, do really enjoy all the effects and the audio in there, and of course the way they're loading it with social distancing, missing a boat, completely understandable, because when you're on the lift hill just before you go down that drop into the fountains, you are really close to the other boats, so I can completely understand why they've left boats in between the parties. Kind of felt a bit more like an exclusive ride, because you were going through the scenes and didn't even see people because you had a boat empty in front of you and a boat empty behind you. But yeah, great to get back on there, and social distancing, you know, as expected on there really. With the Gruffalo, feels like the park's really starting to empty out now. There's about 45 minutes left to go, so I thought I'd come down this end and just have a walk round and see if the Sea Life Centre's open and take you for a walk through there. So in terms of closed attractions here at Chessington today, quite impressed really. I mean, most things seem to be open. Room on the Broom, A Magical Journey is one of those attractions that is closed. Of course, it's not a ride, it's just a walk-through experience. But as you can see, they've put the camo netting over the front just there. Even though it does say closed underneath, they've put the netting over the top, just so people aren't getting too confused. With this being a completely indoor experience and a walk-through attraction, would have been really hard for them to have done social distancing inside this. I can completely understand why that's closed, but yeah, it looks like the Sea Life is open just off to the right hand side, so we'll head down there and go and have a walk through. In terms of the rest of the zoo, we were here just a couple of weeks back when we filmed all around the zoo, so check out the vlog if you've not seen it. Not going to be filming any of the animals today other than what we saw earlier on Safari, of course, but yeah, check out that zoo vlog if you want to see what they've done in terms of social distancing around the zoo areas here at Chessington. Let's go in Sea Life. Here we go then, straight into Sea Life, no waiting, but they have actually got the social distancing markers outside, just in case they do need to limit the capacity of the people that are inside. We've also got yellow fish as the social distancing markers here throughout the Sea Life Centre. The layout of this is actually very, very similar to that of Sharkbait Reef by Sea Life at Alton Towers. Of course, if you haven't already seen it, check out our vlogs from Alton Towers, Thorpe Park and Blackpool Pleasure Beach that have gone online over the last 3 days here on Theme Park Worldwide. Hello, I'm sure he's been watching them. But yeah, check them out if you've not yet seen them here on the channel, giving you all the latest updates on everything that's going on at the moment with the theme parks. But yeah, of course, in Sharkbait Reef, Alton Towers, this is the Skeleton Bay themed area, and you've got all theming and stuff down in the middle section just here. So yeah, it's a similar sort of layout as Sharkbait Reef, but with different theming, of course. That's pirate themed. This has got a few different themes going on throughout the experience. Of course, as expected, you've got to put some hand sanitizer on to come into the Sea Life Centre here at Chessington, and also they ask you to not touch the windows as well. No touching the glass, of course, so there's no hands being rubbed up against the glass or anything like that, so make sure that you're not touching it when you come in here into the Sea Life Centre. Keeps these guys even happier as well. Into the Amazonia themed area now. This is kind of similar in a way to what Alton Towers have put in with Sharkbait Reef this year in terms of the textured flooring. We filmed all of that in that Alton Towers vlog that we put on back on Sunday morning, so check it out if you've not seen it. we go, that's the Sea Life Centre. But yeah, plenty of social distancing markers, signage and hand sanitizer throughout. Fantastic. Right then, back over into the rainforest now, because I think I've got time for a little ride on Jungle Rangers. It's only advertised at a 15-minute wait. It's the new ride for this year as part of this themed area. So I think I've just got time to get that in before hopefully joining the queue line for Dragon's Fury to end my day here at Chessington. So yeah, coming up, let's go for a ride on Jungle Rangers, and I'll put in some on-ride footage for you.
Hello, Ranger. Take the wheel. You're off on an adventure through the rainforest of the world to spot some of the animals that call the rainforest their home. Be sure to press the button in your car that matches the creature when you see it. Here we go. Beautiful baby elephant.
This adventure is made to remain seated at all times, during seated at all times.
The creature here is an orangutan. Quickly, press the button. I hear thunder. Let's take shelter in that hut. Oh no! Look at the cheeky monkeys that have raided our camp.
Some on-ride footage there from Jungle Rangers, new for 2020 within the rainforest themed area here at Chessington. Really feel like they've done a fantastic job with that. The theming's really nice as you're making your way around. Quite a lot of stuff going on in terms of the audio, and it's interactive, allowing the kids to press the buttons as well. So yeah, I thought it was really good. The finale of the ride's quite good as well, like the monkeys have taken over. You're going in out of the rainforest into some shelter, but you get in there and there's like paint and stuff everywhere. The monkeys have destroyed it. But yeah, I thought it was a really nice little addition, much better than Toadies in my opinion. As much as that was part of my childhood, you know, these parts have got to move on, and with a theming experience such as that, it's a lot better than it was previously. And of course, having the river raft ride next to it, I've not been on that because it's still got a big queue, but you know, having that next to it and that interaction between the two rides is much better. So quite impressed with what they've done with it, and yeah, the onboard audio really made it for me. Anyway, it's literally just gone 4 o'clock. I expect the queue line to close shortly, so I'm coming on Dragon's Fury for my last ride of the day here at Chessington. I do feel like it should have been open until 5 really. I'm still not exactly too sure why it's only open till 4, especially when the other Merlin parks at 5 o'clock, Alton Towers, Thorpe Park, you know, so it's interesting to see why. But you know, it could have definitely justified being open till 5 in my opinion, especially with some rides opening a bit later and the crowds what they've let into the park today, even with it being a limited capacity. So anyway, I'll put in some off-ride footage from Dragon's Fury, my final ride of the day here at Chessington World of Adventures, and I'll see you when we come off and we'll wrap up the vlog. Some off-ride footage there from Dragon's Fury here at Chessington, a fantastic spinning roller coaster that opened in 2004 here at the park. It was actually a twin deal that Tussauds did back at the time. Spinball Whizzer at Alton Towers and also Dragon's Fury here at Chessington. I tell you what, I certainly know which park got the better end of the deal there. Dragon's Fury is fantastic, all the theming around it, a brilliant ride, and of course because of social distancing I was in a car on my own. Normally there'd be up to 4 of you, and yeah, of course, because I waited it on one side, I was spinning quite a lot going around there and to wrap up my day here at Chessington. But yeah, overall it's been really good to get back here to the park. Yeah, there's been some bits that I've been a little bit disappointed in and some bits that have been great, so I do feel like they've let a few too many people inside the park today, and also the fact as well that some of the major attractions didn't actually open until 1 o'clock, that being Tiger Rock, Zoofari and also Cobra. You know, they don't open until later, and of course because of that it meant that there was a bit of a crowd congregated out the front of those rides, which of course they're really trying to, you know, not do because of social distancing. So, you know, it's one of them things, of course that's happened. You know, however, I think it's something they could do with looking at moving forward. Along with that, there's plenty of social distancing markers and hand sanitising stations throughout the park. I am really impressed with the machines they've got, not just on Vampire, but they've got them on quite a few of the rides here. And of course it's easier for the staff and better for the staff because, you know, they can just literally whack the machine out and spray all the restraints down. So that was really efficient. In terms of guests here today, you know, quite a few have been following social distancing. It was mainly in the Gruffalo queue line where it wasn't fantastic. I do feel like Chessington could do with doing some more with that outdoor section, maybe putting some perspex up or something like that on that outdoor cattle pen part of the queue line. But in general it's been really nice to get back here. Nice to see the Rainforest area finally, with people in there enjoying the area. And yeah, I think there's some things that Chessington need to work on. You know, in terms of how many rides I've got on today, it has been quite busy, especially the fact the park is closed at 4 o'clock. I think maybe it should have been open till 5 with the amount of people that they've let in today. Of course it's all limited capacity, but you know, I still feel like there was a few too many inside, especially with some of the ride closures and later openings and that sort of thing. But overall, fantastic to get back. Thank you very much for joining me here on Theme Park Worldwide for another vlog. Honestly, it's been 4 back-to-back days of theme parks. Of course, only a few days to go now until me and Charlotte's big European road trip where we're visiting lots of different theme parks all throughout mainland Europe. So stay tuned for that as well. In the meantime, thanks for joining us here on Theme Park Worldwide. I'm Sean Sandbrook, and that means it's time to cue those credits. See you later, Chessington.